Hello my gamers, this is the Guy Gamer 217. For this video, I know I haven't been uploading videos for a long time, but today I think I want to do just an unscripted video of me talking about Derrick Rose's 50-point game on Wednesday, Halloween night, just last week. And I feel like I owe it to him as an NBA fan and a Timberwolves fan, and just as a Minnesotan. And so I think Dom 2K did something like this a little while ago, or actually just as it came out, but I just want to do it because of the reasons I just stated. I'm a Minnesotan, I'm a Timberwolves fan, and I'm a basketball fan. How can you not talk about something so insane like that? A player who was out of his prime before it had even really begun, coming out on a team where he's largely had a bench role, who's dealt with injuries throughout his career, just come out and score 50 points on one of the best defenses in the NBA. So I find that really just amazing to me. And Derrick Rose has had so many injuries over the course of his career, and just to come out there and score 50 points on the Utah Jazz on Halloween night in Minnesota is one of the most beautiful things, one of the greatest things that I've ever had the privilege to witness. And after the game, he was very emotional. I'm not a very emotional guy, so you know, I got about as emotional as I'm gonna get. I was just like, yeah, it's really great. I didn't even know this guy still had that in him, but apparently he always did. Like, one time I was actually watching a Wolves game in the stadium, so I saw him dunk on like some players versus the Rockets, and then I keep seeing him do these layups and stuff that he's always done. Look at those spin moves, and that dish. That is classic Derrick Rose right there. It's great, and he never really lost it after the knee surgeries and the knee injuries and all that stuff, but you know, he just never got a chance to show it, and he was probably being a little bit more careful. And so it's like the story of where I was when I watched when Derrick Rose scored 50 points. You know, King of the Fourth Quarter, Kenny. He asked that question. I'm gonna answer it now. I was out trick-or-treating, you know, because I'm a kid and kids trick-or-treat. I had to go to basketball practice, so yeah, on Halloween night I have basketball practice apparently, so that's a thing. I come back from basketball practice, flip on the Wolves game, and I hear Derrick Rose at this point has a career high of 41 points, and at that point I did a double take, like 41 points. Did I hear that right? Career high? I was kind of shocked that was what was happening, because I had missed the whole game up to that point. It was like in the middle or first quarter of the fourth quarter, and I come back and I see him take a step back jumper, and he's like, you know, it's like a new career high, 44 points for D Rose or something along those lines. It was awesome, and I watched him. I was like, get to 50 in my head, a little bit out loud. It was just like that. I was cheering Derrick Rose on, and you know, when the Timberwolves signed him, I was a little skeptical of the move, because you know, we have young developing point guard Tyus Jones, solid starting point guard Jeff Teague. I had no idea that Derrick Rose would become like one of the better players for our team. He was like the only positive player in our first playoff series since the 2006, 2004, I think it was. The year, whichever year that, like, Kevin Garnett went to the conference finals. And those games I was cheering Derrick Rose on, but not like this. This actually put me in shock. And, it was great. I loved it. I loved watching it. And let's move on to the next subject here. Anyway, I wanted to talk about injuries. Now, I am right now nursing my own knee injury that might be an ACL sprain that I sustained in basketball practice on Tuesday, and it really bothers you. This is kind of made me cemented the idea in my brain that basketball injuries aren't just inconveniences for the team. So now whenever a guy gets injured, I think about how is this guy doing when he's not playing basketball or working out? How does this affect this player? And I think the next video that I'm gonna come out with is gonna be about basketball injuries. It's gonna be like how injuries affect players and the teams that they're on. It's like I've already got a bunch of footage for that, and yeah, just watch it. Anyway, Teddy Bridgewater, another player who plays for a Minnesota sports team, he like completely broke his leg, and it almost had to get amputated. That was a really scary moment for him as a person, and it's one really big example of how sports injuries are a lot bigger than just the team and the sports. They affect the person. So, and Derrick Rose was going through a lot. He had to recover from these injuries, obviously, and he was really happy that he was able to score 50. And it's not an easy feat. Like this is something that you would expect of him in 2011. Like we could see this on, like, if he hadn't gotten those injuries, he could have been seeing this on like at least once a year. Like we could see a few more 50-point games from him, other than just this one, which was ended up being his career high. So it was a great moment for me as a basketball fan and an NBA fan, a Timberwolves fan, a Minnesotan, to see this culture symbol of this guy who used to be a culture symbol and ended up being actually kind of a joke, a running joke about how he's always injured, just dominate a great defensive team and then show that he still got it, you know? It's and if Jimmy Butler leaves us, if Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins don't end up being what we expect them to, one thing that I can always be proud of from this NBA season is going to be Derrick Rose scoring 50 points. And yeah, that's about it. I wanted this to be like, I'm not really gonna cut this too much, so I just kind of want this to be quick, unscripted upload to break the streak of not uploading, and I'm sorry for not uploading in like a week, week and a half. It doesn't matter. The fact is, I've been kind of unmotivated, and it's not fun. I'm glad to be back making videos. I guess I can blame a lot on school and Halloween and other activities, but I've got to say, for the most part, it was on me. And it's a last week's performance. I should have done this earlier, but this is a great excuse for me to just make a video and upload it quickly. It's Dom 2K kind of inspired me to do this. It's really, really great. It's just thank you, Derrick Rose. Thank you, Derrick Rose. That's what I want to say. Thank you, Derrick Rose. Leave your comments in the comments section below. Like and subscribe. It's midterm election day, so if you're over 18 and somehow watching this video, go out and vote. And yeah, that's great, and that's it. Goodbye, my gamers.